All right, welcome back to the channel. Man, it has been a week. It's been a crazy week. If you've been following the channel, you know I've been building a Pokemon card analytics platform, and for the first time, we launched a paid feature. I was like, you know what? This price modeling tool is 100% my brainchild. So I was like, I'm going to put a price on it and just see, people will like it and we'll see how it goes. And it's just another time where I get to come to you and just be like guys, like quit. Like it's overwhelming, like how much support just keeps coming through. And so I'm super appreciative, but I thought maybe lucky to get like 100 purchases. And so we did almost 5 times that. So I am completely thrilled and have been overwhelmed the past week. And that's not the only thing. There's another thing that happened. And I even debated on saying or telling anybody this, but ever since I launched that feature last week, I've had multiple companies reach out. And I'm not going to say who. All I'm going to say is that some people want to partner with me. Some people want me to just go on their team. I'm not going to explain more than that, but I said no to that. I said it just doesn't make sense for me to do that right now for many reasons, mainly because I can't really quit my day job. So this is still like my side hobby passion thing. But for real, this is like kind of turning into something that's caught the eye of the industry. And it's kind of wild. So right now I don't have any plans to stop, and I'm just going to keep building. And there's so many other new cool features that I want to put on the site. So you can go to mycollectrix.com. You can see it all for yourself. The new feature is called the Collectrix IQ Price Lab. Essentially, it's like a market analytics, a really in-depth market analytics tool that I'm really proud of. And we're going to keep building it. We're going to add, right now it only models special illustration rares from Mega Evolution and Scarlet and Violet generations, but we're opening up to all of the illustration rares here in the next couple weeks. And then I have more features coming down the line. We've got Sword and Shield. I'm finally going to be expanding on that. Just look out for that. There's just so much more coming. But today, after all that preamble, today we have something new I want to show you. And this was just a simple thing I wanted to add to the site, and I really am looking forward to your feedback on like what kind of questions that you want to see as well. But it's a community poll. So when you go to the site now, you'll see a new page called Community Polls. Just click that and we'll just walk through, and I'm going to give you my answers to the poll. And yeah, let's just do it. So what best describes me? I am definitely collector. So 64% of respondents out of 236 so far have responded as collector. 22% are investors, and believe it or not, a whole 12% are just purely here for the flipping and reselling. Keep that in mind as we wade our new world of Pokemon in this market. Almost over a third of the audience are not collectors anymore. So I spend about this much per month on Pokemon cards. I had a strict budget that was not strict after about 1 month this year, of about $500 a month was my goal. So I have honestly been spending a little bit over $1,000 per month now. So the majority, it looks like the majority responses, about half, are within that $100 to $500 range. But let's see here. Since when have you mostly focused on, spent the most, or gotten back into collecting Pokemon? For me, that was the COVID boom. I don't even remember how it just came into my orbit again, but it suddenly was like, it just triggered something immediately where I was like, oh yeah, Pokemon cards. You can just like, look, you can go buy original packs. And that's what we did. Like, I wanted so bad to revisit my childhood and rip base set packs. So I bought like $2,000 worth of base set packs, around the COVID boom. And me and the kids actually pulled a Charizard from one of those packs. It was mind blowing. It was so cool. And I was so hooked right after that. But got back into it around the Ascended Heroes boom is the majority of the responses. So the majority of the people are brand new to the hobby. So welcome everyone. You got into it at a crazy time. Age range for me, I'm getting up there, man. I am a good old 38 years old. I know I look like a young whippersnapper with all this gray hair, but yeah, I'm getting up there. The majority of the audience, are about half, are in the 26 to 35. Only about 5% are teenagers. So really the hobby, at least in my audience, and is dads, adults. So that is what it is. All right. So how much do you keep sealed versus ripping? It's been honestly like half and half recently, but I'm going to say rip most is really me. So that's the majority of folks as well. Which is better, modern or vintage Pokemon cards? What do you guys think? Modern or vintage? Or come on, that's not a fair question. For me, I think it's a come on, that's not a fair question, but half of everyone out of this poll, which is primarily modern, is where it's at. All right, which is better, Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet? I put this here because I get a lot of requests to add Sword and Shield products or Sword and Shield cards to the site, and I am doing that. But I wanted to know like how much demand really is there, and so I would guess that the majority are Scarlet and Violet, and I prefer Scarlet and Violet as well. And yeah, 61%. It's actually more Sword and Shield than I thought. And I personally love I've been going back and trying to collect all the alternate art V cards. So I can't wait to put those on the site and put some price prediction modeling on those, because for myself, I know there are some crazy undervalued alternate art cards. The next one, who's your favorite PokeTuber? Come on, PokeData Dad Guy, or let's see, PokeData Dad Guy. All right, that's a joke one, of course, but for real, who's your favorite PokeTuber? What really inspired me to create my channel as I was really getting back into modern and trying to learn the entire modern ecosystem is Phillips Collectibles. So I really appreciated his style of videos, how frequently he uploads, the quality and the video editing and all that sort of stuff. It was just very stylish, very well done, high quality videos. So, and he's from like New Zealand, I think. So it's fun to listen to him talk. But no, I like, for me, Phillips Collectibles would be the fact that he inspired me so much to do the content too. So that's why I like Phillips Collectibles. But I love Danny Phantom. I think these are the people who are really into the heart of the hobby and not the investment side of the hobby. I steer more towards that type of content. But you know, I also do like Nostalgianomics. I mean, it's mostly investment driven, but whenever I watch some of his content, I almost never like disagree. So it's hard to you know, even though that's not really my particular lane, I still appreciate that content. So, but I love Danny Phantom. It was never a Phase Cards. I'm in his live stream. Shout out. I'm in that live stream for certain drops. I really like what he does. PokeRev, of course. Me and the kids really, when we watch PokeRev, when I watch PokeRev, I'm usually watching it with my son, Cooper. So, we're big PokeRev fans too. And, but yeah, no, there's a bunch of other ones out there. So clearly most people have clicked other, and thank you. I'm flattered. You put PokeData Dad Guy as the #1. You guys are sweet. But I should have just removed that option from this poll, because my intention really was to see what other people, so I really should have left that one out. But either way, I'm flattered. So thank you. But all right, that's about it for the community poll. All right. So the only other thing I was just going to quickly go through is just you know, really fill out the video, make sure your time's not wasted. We can talk a little data right now. If you go to the market trends, I'm not sure, I've never talked about this on a video before. The market trends section has some really valuable information, and for me, I come to this chart over here, and this is every set. It's Scarlet and Violet and Mega Evolution only, and it just shows the total value of all those pools. Starting 30 days ago would be 0, the baseline, and just seeing how much % growth from that day for 30 days and then 60 days have we grown as a market. So it's a really fun way to just see like how fast the market is growing. And if you wanted some kind of special specific like index of the market right now, this single line I think is the best proxy for really what that could look like, because it encompasses every modern card really in the past couple generations. So Scarlet and Violet Mega Evolution. And what do you see here is that we are continuing a bull market. I mean, it is not slowing down. I thought that it was going to be a hiccup. I started seeing a little bit of a flattening a couple days ago, and then also at the end of May. You see it only barely just brushed off slightly, but we are continuing to climb. Now, typically what you'll see is if you go into like Google Trends, that the summertime usually has kind of a drop. And I'll prove that to you right now. So let's go to just Pokemon cards. Just looking at it, we started May 2023, and right away you see there's a dip in July, and then it kind of comes back to life and then dips around the holidays. 2024 was still kind of lackluster. Really around the summertime still was at its lowest points. Then we had that huge boom around the TCG Pocket, and then you guessed it, as you go down into the summer, this is when we see our dip. Between May all the way through before school starts back essentially, and then again swing right back to the craziness that we're at now with Ascended Heroes, Insanity, and all that. You know, you can see even in Google Trends now, we are not seeing a drop yet. It's based on historical trends, seasonality. We should see some kind of a dip going into the summer. So that's where I would just keep your eyes on this chart. Just wanted to throw that out there. And then something that's really cool to see, if you go to the sets page here, you can see the same thing, but for all sets. So this obviously looks like spaghetti. So, but if you look at it, you can kind of just tell at the top, the number one highest growing set right now is Temporal Forces at 38% growth in the past 60 days. Let's just look at some of these cards. I mean, you can just see it's not the Ghastly growing, but we have this Gengar has seen some crazy growth. Look, it was just $42. Now it's reaching 70 in the past 60 days. A lot of these lower value are like slept on special illustration rares. Look at this, 13% growth in the past 7 days. Look at the 60-day trend. It was a $40 card. Now it's a $63 card. Yeah, it's gouging fire. What the? This is a $50 card now. It was 30, now it's 50. So you see the spike that's kind of just happening in the past couple weeks. 21% for Iron Leaves. This was, oh my God, look at that, out of the blue. What is happening? Out of the blue, price increase for this at the end of May for Iron Leaves. So there's a little bit of a, hey, these sets are about to go out of print. We got to capture these special illustration rares. But also some of these other cards like this Drampa, this one was 16, now it's a $33 card. It's like a doubling in price for a lot of these illustration rares. Like, yeah, so anyways, the whole point is go in here, check out the set trends. You'll be able to see just see where the growth is coming from, where there's still potential opportunity. And if I'm looking at this, I'm really anticipating like another boon for 151 at some point. Anyways, just keep your eyes on that. And that's all I wanted to show you. The community polls, Collectrix IQ, Price Lab, the set trends and market trends. Like there's just so much fun stuff in here. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Let me know what other feedback you have. Let me know what questions you want to see in the poll that we want answered. The comments or the questions with the most likes, I'll probably end up throwing on the site, or the ones that I just think are the most interesting that I haven't thought of before. But yeah, that's it. Thanks again for your support, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.